Alderman Wally.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, I had a chance to review this article again. My question continues to be, has the objectives been met of the Prop S? Some will say it has because, again, the Prop S loan has been paid for. Right now, as we stand, we've got a cash balance. Again, as of January 31st, cash balance in the general fund of $2.5 million. Granted, again, that's increased because of the taxes that we've received. And then if you take consideration, again, we've got $500,000 in non-expendable trust. Again, the $346 and the $200,000 from the AT&T, that's over $3 million. Now, my concern is, has our objectives been met? As we stand today, we're much better off than 2006. And in the event that we would just continue, I guess my question to the board is, if we didn't have the loan, we would actually have to pay for the interest for the line of credit. But if we would be in the same shoes today with no line of credit, which we don't have a line of credit, and we have $2.5 million as a cash balance, is that enough for this to satisfy the Prop S obligations that the citizens voted for? I think the citizens back in 2006, again, we saw that we had $2 million in debt. Let's get it paid for. Now it's been paid for as of March 1st. The question to this board is, how much money do we feel is appropriate to have in cash reserves as voted for by the citizens in 2006? I don't know what the answer is. I mean, one could argue it's been paid off. I think it's that obligations of the voter has been satisfied. Regardless whether we spend $1 million or $1 million more in cash reserves, that's besides the point. We just need to know what we feel is appropriate money in cash reserves are, and whether that is sufficient or not. Now, in regards to the resolution, and we can vote on it. And again, Mr. Miguel, you did a great job in the correspondence. I appreciate your effort in it. Since the line of credit has already been paid for, I don't know if we really need to vote on the resolution. I think we just need to make a decision as a board of your options, 1, 2, or 3. And I would just like to listen to the debate tonight to make that decision, what option I'd like to choose. Thank you.
Alderman Beasley.
To me, it's very simple. We borrowed money from one account to pay off another account. And my father always said, if you still owe money, you still owe money. So I think it's a very simple decision.
Is that it?
That's it.
Alderman Duchamp.
My position, I think I echo a lot what Alderman Wallach says. And, really, Alderman Beasley, we didn't technically borrow any money from one account to another account. The ballot talks about the money going to pay off the loan and establishing the line of credit. It doesn't say anything about the general fund can or cannot help pay off that loan either. So all the talk about the borrowed money, to me, I really don't buy it. The point is, the city has the money, a lot more money than the city ever thought it would have back in 2006. The Proposition S, the intent was to pay off the loan, pay off the line of credit, and start to build cash reserves. As Alderman Wallach said, we clearly have enough cash reserves to continue and cover our cash flow. I think that's plenty to satisfy me. Option A is where I stand at this time. Thank you.
Okay. Back in your ballpark, Alderman Miguel. Well, wait a minute. Just a second. Did you have something you want to hear from the audience?
Sure. Sure, please.
Yes, sir. Come forward.
Thank you, Mayor.
Greg Roby, 9126 Buxton Drive. You've talked here about the Prop S. You've talked, I know there are a number of aldermen here who would like to do away with it right now. They feel that the debt has been paid and that that the board has done what they told the voters they would do. I think if we've got such great reserves, let's reinstate some of these programs you've deleted in the budget this year, like streets. Let's get some of these street repairs back up and running. Let's get the city's infrastructure rebuilt if we've got so much in revenue or so much in reserves right now. I'm a citizen. I think that the city has gone through a very tough time. And until this board can provide me as a citizen with a 5-year plan that shows me what you're going to do and where you're going to come up with the $542,000 per year you're going to lose by retiring this thing, I'm not very happy. You already made a lot of cuts to a lot of programs in this city. You've eliminated a lot of dollars for road repair. And you've not shown or not told us where you're going to come up with the money to replace this Prop S money that you're wanting to terminate. That's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
My name is Joey Friedrich, live at 1400 Fournier. I think the money should be repaid back to these funds which they belong. Years ago, you transferred charges from the general fund to the park and stormwater or the capital improvement fund. Now, if you would move those back to the general fund, you would not have enough money to go around. Believe me, you would not. Because, like I had said for many years, what happened to your stormwater? You don't have any funds for it. You've got funds for it, but you're spending them someplace else. One of these days, you're going to need a new fire truck. Police car is going to get worn out. Other vehicles are going to get worn out. You owe the general fund. You still owe money. If you would take money and borrow it from somebody, and they would lend it to you to pay him back, you would still owe her money, right? It's the same way. You don't have the money yet, and you won't have it until you pay back the general fund, and then you push these figures, which I had called at that time, legally cooking the books, which I got called down upon. Am I right, Mayor Robinson?
That's right.
Okay, but I said it was legally cooking the books, so I think I was right. I know I'm right.
I'm not going to.
And take these charges and push them back to the funds which they belong, and then you find out the general fund does not have the money. The other funds do have more money to adequately, or at least somewhat adequately, provide what they were funded for. Thank you.
Okay. Alderman Beeson?
I think Mr. Friedrich made a very, very important point, which was we do need a fire truck in this community, desperately. And I think those are the kinds of things that we need to start considering right now, because that is going to be something that is in desperate need in this community.